Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room. I've reviewed a lot of controllers on this show, like the Atari 2600 joystick, but this is the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controller. Is it one of the best controllers ever made? Let's find out. It's certainly very different than this, which only has one button. But you can throw this against a wall. I wouldn't do that with this. This probably cost a lot more. Let's take a quick look at some of the greatest video game controllers ever created, starting with the Sega Genesis gamepad, my personal favorite. And here we have the Nintendo GameCube controller, another comfortable controller with lots of buttons that just feels right. When it comes to a nice controller, the look and feel combined with button placement and quality components is what makes it good, like the Sega Saturn gamepad. But over time, things got more complicated with dual analog thumbsticks, but Sony managed to get it right with the DualShock 3, and they do it again with the DualShock 4. In fact, it's even better. It's the best DualShock controller yet. Did you happen to notice the controller avalanche in the background? Don't worry, they're all fine. Now look at this thing, it's gorgeous. That's a fine-looking controller that's incredibly comfortable. And it works really well. Controllers have come a long way since the Atari 2600 joystick. They've added a lot of buttons and have increased the price substantially. So just don't drop this thing or throw it at the wall or hit your friend with it when you lose. This thing has a touchpad, headset plug, improved analog thumbsticks, nicer D-pad, and PlayStation buttons. But most importantly, they finally fixed the R2 and the L2 triggers. That's the way they should have been in the first place. I love the fit and finish of the DualShock 4 controller. It looks like it was made out of carbon fiber or something, but I don't think it is. Probably plastic, but don't throw it at the wall anyway. The analog sticks have been improved, and they really didn't even need improving, but they found a way. The D-pad is also nicer, the PlayStation buttons return, and the one in the middle is back, but I miss the select button, which has been replaced with share. And that upsets me because I don't want to share anything. I'm keeping it all for myself. Here it is sitting on top of the monolith-like PlayStation 4, and once again you charge it by plugging it into the front of it with a USB cable. That just happens to be the same one used by Android phones, so you can also charge your phone on the PlayStation 4. There's a huge light on the front of it, which is actually pretty neat if you're playing in a dark room. The little speaker is also used in some clever ways for games like Resogun and Killzone Shadowfall. We'll hit the little PlayStation button there. And fire up some Killzone. If you're not really paying attention, it feels a lot like the PlayStation 3 DualShock 3 controller, except the analog sticks are better, and occasionally you'll just need to swipe the pad to tell your owl to go blow something up. It's obviously wireless, it rumbles, it's the DualShock 4 controller for the PlayStation 4. For real. It glows green when you're healthy and red when you're not. Nice touch. It's such a fancy, nice-looking controller, but you know what it doesn't have? Room for overlays like the television controller. Come on, how can you be a controller without overlays? Let's see if this fits on here.